Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyways. He's a good friend of mine. We have 2026. What? Hold on. Okay, now I'm stuttering. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the HeyQP podcast. I'm QP, and we have a very special guest for you today. A good friend of mine and Rutgers wide receiver commit, Mr. Elias Koch. It's gonna be a good one, folks. Anyways, Elias, describe yourself as a receiver for somebody who may not have seen your tape.
Um, I'll describe me as a dominant receiver. My strong part of me is the 50-50 ball. I go up and get the ball.
Yes, you do. Is that something that's like you've always strived to do? Is just try to like jump up and like make the plays that other receivers don't, or is that just something that's kind of happened?
I would say ever since Little League, that's always who I've been. Always been the
Yeah.
person to go up and get the ball.
Always taking the initiative. But anyways, first question for you. Do you remember getting your first offer freshman year, and what was that experience like?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. It was a great experience. So it was right after the state chip. We played St. Joe's Prep. I think it was like the next day when we was in school. I was in math class, and my Coach Cal, he texted me on Messenger, and he said, congratulations, you have received your offer from West Virginia. And at first, I thought he was playing. I was confused. Like, you for real? He was like, yeah. I was like, thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. And then I asked the teacher if I go out of class and talk to my mom and stuff. So I called my mom and told her about it. But it was a great experience.
That's crazy. I'm sure Miss Carolyn's reaction was gold that day.
Yeah, definitely was.
Gosh, but like you mentioned, you grew up playing receiver. Did you play any other positions growing up?
Actually, on Smurf, I played quarterback, and then I got a little bit taller, and I played running back for 2 years. And then that's when I got too tall, and that's when they put me at receiver.
Gosh, and when you were playing Smurfs, you were with Susquehanna Township, right?
Yeah, my whole little league I was with them.
Gosh, all right. Why do you, like, this is a question I've seen like posed on Twitter and stuff, so I'm just gonna come straight to the source. What inspired the red accessories?
Say that again?
Like, like the red accessories, like your skull cap and your gloves. It's like your uniforms are like black and like white and gray, obviously, but it's like, what inspired the red?
To be honest, I don't really know. I just know back like when I was like 8th grade. I was looking up the older guys, Kyle, Amir Granberry, Amir Rim. They always went different colors. That's always been like the drip.
Yeah, I feel that.
Really, you could really wear anything with black and white. So me and then that day, I think me and Messiah were the same thing. We just
you do.
That's my brother. We've been growing up since Little League, and yeah.
I was gonna say, because when we were down there for your commitment ceremony, it's just anybody who talked to either of you, it's just like you could see how close knit that relationship was.
Yeah.
And all right, we'll keep going here. Who would you say is the toughest DB you've faced?
Toughest DB, I would say in game was definitely probably Emilio, the guy from St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, he is kind of a dog.
And then another one, I would say Sean Lee, my own teammate. He was a dog too. Me and him will go out at practice every day.
Yeah, I'm sure going up against Shawnee like that would iron does sharpen iron.
Yeah.
He is killing it at Pitt now, though. So special shout out to Sean Lee Jr. Sean Lee brings me into my next question. Going into last year, you were still everyone was fully expecting Shawnee to be able to play. So it's like figuring out. I mean, how long was it? Like a week before your first game that you would be without the quarterback you built like such a solid connection with. Like, how was like rebounding from that?
Actually, it was like the day before the game. Actually,
Oh, it
we didn't know
was?
we were Shawnee. Yeah, it was the day before the game that we didn't know. So it was really tough, you know. But we had our young guy Michael Shane Jr. We had to make him step up. He didn't have a really good game, but ever since that day, he's been in the lab working so he can be ready and for his moment to come back up.
I mean, even when Jayon like took over, I mean, it wasn't Shawnee, but you still had a quality QB throwing you the ball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And well, to this point so far, is it looking like Jayon's going to be your quarterback?
To be honest, it's really up for grabs. You know, Michael. You know, he's been in the lab. Like I said, he's been doing real good.
Yeah,
Been in the lab.
that's good.
Yeah, so it's really up for grabs. So whoever is best man probably will have this position this year.
Yeah, like Coach Kyle always says, whoever's best. Nobody's spot's safe. Uh, you you made a name for yourself on the 7v7 circuit first with AIT, playing with a mutual friend of ours, Jasper Sheps, who's a upcoming guest on the show in a few weeks. But what inspired the move to level 82 this past season?
So AIT, I would play with them because it was local and stuff. All my friends were on that team.
Yeah.
But, you know, level 82, just like the other team I played for 2 years ago, Cali Power, it was an OT7.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, Coach Torrey, he's a coach over there in level 82. He's a good coach. And my mom wanted me to go play with him because, you know, he's a great coach. I can learn some things.
Yeah.
And I went with him, had played it in OT7, played against some great competition every game. And, yeah.
So it's just another way you felt like you could, like, sharpen yourself.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Well, you mentioned Coach Torrey, former wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, but what role would you say Coach Torrey has played in your development?
A lot. He taught me a lot. He taught me how to like run routes, like for like the timing stability to be better, the depth of it, the way to break down, getting your route in 3 steps, just like little stuff like that. Like he taught me the little things that matters.
Yeah, it's the like the little things, as people say. The devil is very much in the details. As a great athlete, I'm sure you've had situations like this. Everybody has, but what's one situation where you faced adversity, where it was probably would have been easier to give up, but you just buckled down and you found the strength to keep going?
I don't know. That's a good one actually.
I appreciate that.
I would probably say, probably one of the times when I got hurt.
Got you. What
and
was this like early in high school?
Yeah, this when I hurt my ankle. I think I tore a ligament. You know, I got hurt.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be done. You know that, but you know, I fought through. I did all the recovery stuff, came back, and I was cool.
Oh, definitely. Anyways, we'll keep going here. Yeah, it was. Because I remember you telling me about that. It was because we first met. It would have been your sophomore year track season, and you were still dealing with that ankle a little bit. But anyways, do you have a receiver you model your game after?
A lot of people tell me DK Metcalf or Mike Evans, so I'll probably go with one of them.
I was just about to say that same thing. Yeah, it's a lot of your like technique and just like your mannerisms on the field remind me of DK Metcalf. But anyways, was there one person you've met like while playing with Cali Power, now like level 82? Is this like one like coach you've met or athlete, like, well, college or probably professional now because you're about to be in college, that was kind of like just like kind of like rendered you speechless? Like it was just like, holy crap, I'm meeting this guy.
I don't know. Probably not. I mean,
yeah.
Probably. Yeah, probably not.
I get that. It's just always level headed. I've noticed that. I don't know if it's something with like just how Coach Cal teaches you guys, but it's like you and Messiah and even Pop, like you could have met Nick Saban right then and there, and it's just would have been like, hey coach, it's like no like emotion because you're completely level the entire time.
Yeah.
Would you say Coach Cal plays a part in that, just like keeping a level head and not like getting overly excited or like overly negative?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Coach Cat plays a part of that a lot. You know.
Got you. And what was the biggest? Well, growing up, you mentioned Susquehanna Township. What inspired the move to go play at Harrisburg? Was it like something just about from like seeing receivers like do what you're doing now, like Shaquan Anderson Butts or players like even Micah Parsons, who you hosted a camp with a few weeks ago?
So the whole idea was my mom's idea. Was because I was gonna be a midget, but I would have played midget that year. I would be on the line because I was overweight.
Oh.
By like a couple pounds. So my mom wanted me to go to Harrisburg to play for freshman team. So I went there, played on a freshman team. That's where I met Kevin Brown and Pop and all of them.
Yeah.
And then it went from up there.
So all right. That would have been good for you. It would. I can't picture Elias Cope lineman. That's just it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right in the head. But
Yeah.
got you. Yeah, Pop's at what, Albany now, right?
Yeah, he's at Albany.
That's good. I haven't talked to him in a while. Is he liking it up there?
Yeah, he's liking it. I called him a few times, checking on him, see how he is. See
Yeah.
he likes it. It's not for the weak, he said. You know.
Yeah.
It's hard, but he's getting through it like he always does.
Yeah,
Working.
I was gonna say Pop's a grinder. I was joking with him when I was on the sideline with you guys one point last year. I'm like, Pop, you're my favorite player, and he's like, why is that? I said, we're both named Quincy. He looked at me. He's like, what? he looked at me. He thought I was lying. He's like, you're named Quincy. I'm like, yeah. But anyways, for those who may not know who we're talking about, Quincy Brandon Jr. He's a wide receiver, defensive back at UAlbany. But anyways, what is 7-on-7 in general? It's like it's a big part of your game, but do you think that's like sorry, I'm starting, but what do you think has played the bigger impact, like normal football or just like what has made you better at normal football, like going to camps and stuff, or is like 7-on-7 work where you're like actually running routes against DBs?
I would say both could definitely help you. Help me, and could definitely help other people. Is because like if you go to camps, they go to college camp, you're getting information from a college coach. You know how to run that route or how to stop that specific point and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that.
7-on-7, you know, you're going against comp. You're going against DBs like OT stuff. You're going against comp every single day, every single game. So you get to learn how to run your routes faster. You get to read the zones better, stuff like that.
You know? Yeah, that makes sense. But just watching you every week in OT7 over the summer, it's like, how is he doing this? And because like you see catches like that, like you make in OT7, what seems like routinely, and then you'll go and see catches like the state semifinal against Pittsburgh Central Catholic. It's like, do you remember that ball that went viral?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't think I was gonna catch that one. You know, I just saw it. Kept getting fast, so I just kept running, and then I had to die for it. But, you know.
So you didn't think you were gonna catch that ball when it came out of the hand?
Nah, not at all.
That's insane, bro. Because like that's not the first time that's happened. It's like you go and make these crazy catches. It's like a lot of them. Like, does that happen a lot where you're like, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna catch this. I'm just gonna try to get under it.
Sometimes, only reason I say for that time is because I was hurt that game before the game I got hurt.
What
But
happened?
and I had it was my ankle. I had I had to tape up 3 times. So I felt a little bit slower. That's the only reason why I didn't think I was going to catch that.
Yeah, so that like that ball specifically, or just just go out there and pray.
The only one, yeah.
Got you. How? Well, like we talked about the ankle again, but that specifically is like, how have you had to adapt your game around that injury? Or like, if at all, was that just like a one-off situation where you happened to be hurt and just that was the only particular day?
Nah. So I think it was against Wilson. I think it was my last play before I got out, before we put our B team in. I went to go stop myself and my ankle twisted. And I came out, how to get crutches, went to the doctors, and they said I couldn't finish the playoffs and all that. So, I went down. So the next day I went to my trainer, Jake, shout out to Jake, he's the best trainer in the bird.
Oh, definitely.
Went to him, did some recovery stuff with him, and I couldn't move my ankle for a day. But then next day I was able to move it, and it kept getting better each day. And I felt good enough to run on it. So, I taped it up. Jake made sure I was good. And he said I could play, and I played that game, and it was history from there.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a crazy experience. Well, like, as far as you guys have all 3 years of high school now, well, like, freshman year to the state championship game, sophomore year, did you guys lose in the semifinal sophomore year? I'm blanking right now.
Yeah, we lost. I think to North Allegheny. I think.
I'm checking right now. Shout out Max Preps, always the best to find like statistics everywhere. But yeah, you guys lost 24-12 to North Allegheny at Mansion Park. That would have been like Tyree Alualu's team. It's like, check your stats in that game just for the people right quick.
I barely touched the ball that game, I'm not gonna lie.
You had 3 for 52.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna
say. I think our game plan that game was for Shawnee to run the ball because he was killing the whole playoff run.
Oh yeah, he
was to run the ball.
Yeah, he had 11 for 46. And surprise, surprise, guess who had 4 for 115 and 2 tutties? Yeah. Yes, sir, my boy Quincy Brandon. But anyways, yeah, you guys have been on the doorstep pretty much routinely. It's like, well, Chef's back to state college this year, so that is kind of a loss. It's kind of a significant loss, but you still have you and the returning Pennsylvania Gatorade Player of the Year, Messiah Mickens, on the same team. It's and that's not mentioning the other dogs you guys have on that roster. Do you think you guys have what it takes this year to get back to the big one and potentially take out Prep?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a goal every year. I feel like we could have done it every year. It's just the little things that we didn't do that we gotta sharpen this year.
Yeah, it's just it's just you're always finding yourself there, and it's what were some of those little things that maybe not you specifically, but you guys as a team worked on this past off season?
I would say just as a team, the little things that we needed to sharpen was just locking in general, just locking in practices. There was times where we didn't lock in practices and we were going to the game, think it would be an easy game, we lost. So
basically it's just taking the little things seriously, I guess you could say, playing a full 48 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Is there any significance behind the number 1?
Say that one more time.
Sorry, I got a stuffy nose, so my voice kind of quiet. But is there any significance behind the number 1, why you wear that number?
Not really. I just like the number one.
I got
You
you.
know. Yeah.
No, that's understandable. How has it been? Well, it's like having well, you guys have you, Kev, Messiah. Is there any other like high level commits I'm forgetting right now?
I'll say that one time. You lag.
Oh yeah, that's my bad. My internet's garbage. But it's like, are there just like I was going through the D1 commits on your roster quick, but it's like you, Kev, Messiah. Am I forgetting anybody?
Nah. I mean, there's no other commits, but there is
Like
legend that got. He's one of the linemen. He has to offer.
From where?
Rick Brown. He's a class 27 linebacker. He has some offers.
Wait,
I think that's
wait.
it.
I thought Rick transferred to Bishop McDevitt.
He did, but he transferred back.
Oh, that's big. I was just about to bring that up with you once we cut the interview. That's big that you guys got Rick back. But in Legend Williamson, right?
Yep.
Got you. But all right, just a few more questions and then I'll let you go. It's like we talked about this, me and you personally, but just tell the people why Rutgers.
I really chose Rutgers because of the connection. You know, when I first went down there, it felt like home already. The coaches, the love that they give me, not just me, but my family, is crazy. You know, I really I'm thankful for that. Yeah, just the connection between me and Coach Brock, me and Coach Ciano, me, Coach Mill, Sirocco, all of them. Like, it's just our connection is like big.
Yeah, because that was the biggest thing you said to me too. It's like the connection with those coaches, but like especially Coach Shiano, it's just it felt like a family. But the last question to steal, I steal this from one of my podcast idols, but I just think it's one of the best questions ever. Adam Brenneman, a former Penn State tight end, and he's a guy from the Berg. But what's your why?
I would say my why is my mom and my grandma. You know, my mom's been pushing me ever since I was like out the womb. You know, she's just pushing me. She wants me to be the best man and athlete I can be, and I'm thankful to have her. And my grandma was the same way. You know, even though she's not here with us right now, I know she's still looking down on me, still cheering on me. But yeah, those are my why.
Got you. Just why you do what you do. And what would be one piece of advice you could give receivers coming up behind you?
I would just say, don't give up. You know, just keep work every day when somebody's watching you and when somebody's not.
Wow, that's insightful stuff, bro. All right, I'm gonna cut this and I'll talk to you a little bit more before I let you go.